And we are back. This is Mark, aka Chibikawaii, in the booth with me. I have Neon for one last round. Then we'll be subbing Neon out and getting Bajers in here. But we've got it should be an interesting match nonetheless. We got VSarius versus Tobboo on the 90 card Cambrai mirror. What do we what do we have to say about this?
Actually, I'll start with you. Like, what are your thoughts on this deck? Have you had a chance to play with it? I know it's a pretty controversial one, and people are very split on whether they like it, they don't, I think it's too inconsistent.
Yeah, I'm in that too inconsistent team. I think the deck is good when it works, and can do some really silly stuff. I don't know. The power is just kind of like awkward. They do a little bit of fixing. Like I start asking, like, is like, I don't know. The biggest question that I have is this deck actually better than Chalice? And I'm not 100% sure that it is. But that's.
I mean, I think that it does some powerful things too. I think that I'm more into it than some of the other people who are in the production team, but I understand the skepticism of it when it does function badly. It looks awful. So and it does have a real chance of just kind of dying to itself. Jumping into the game and getting started really shortly. As we said, this is the 90 card mirror, so there really isn't any advantages to be had in terms of deck building. But I think some of the key cards that are going to matter a lot are either the buff cards or the really go wide cards. So something like player has a scouting party and the other person doesn't have a good boards to counter that's going to matter. The Crystallize is a really big board stall breaker. Those cards are going to really make a pretty big difference here.
Yeah, if we get a Kothon out that can actually activate, that 4/4 seems pretty good. It's this is just going to come down to whoever draws better, and Tobboo getting that leg up with the initiate. Because that's going to be you're going to be able to play Obelisk into Obelisk the next couple turns.
I'm going to see that. I'm worried about the Tobboo opening hand. Not really where you want to be, so that's a little bit concerning, but we'll see how it all pans out.
Oh, no. See, this is why I liked... That is exactly why I liked going ahead and playing the Obelisk last turn. Just going and getting that out, because it guarantees, especially when you don't have that fourth power, it guarantees that you're actually going to be able to play it, and you still would have been able to play your Valkyrie Enforcer. It slows your clock a little bit, but I think that's okay, because you're still because you would have gotten one more point of damage in last turn. I don't know. However, these two Valkyrie Enforcers just flying in the air, that's 6 power going to get through every turn more or less. So Tobboo
really needs to draw some power here really quickly, though. I think because he's just although he is ahead in the race here, I just think that the Crystallize that's lurking there is going to be able to do a lot of work to get VSarius back ahead in terms of tempo. If that's how the game ends up working out, it's just going to be hard for Tobboo to close before, for instance, Seraph is going to be able to get active, etc. So VSarius is going to fire off the Crystallize right now. Very aggressive play, in my opinion, but
I think I'm okay with it. I mean, Tobboo finds a power, though, and then all of a sudden this Kothon starts becoming much more of an issue. There we go. Now this Kothon can go ahead and block the Valkyrie Enforcer as it's coming across, and then next turn with the next, and actually eat the Valkyrie Enforcer, and then next turn with the second Obelisk coming down, it's going to be able to eat the Seraph as well. It's going to really put VSarius in a little bit of a bind.
What do you think about that? Yeah, he's really in a scary position right now, because if Tobboo plays the other Obelisk, his opponent's taking 10 damage.
Yeah, exactly.
2.
Yeah, and that's what I meant by putting VSarius in a little bit of a bind. It's gonna be very close, right? Because so Tobboo swings out, Assuming they play, like, I guess the other option is you get to hold up the 2 desert marshals that Tobboo has in hand, to hopefully eat some guys. So actually, I don't like, instead of playing the obelisk. So actually, I do like go ahead attacking, getting in for 8, and then just holding up the 2 desert marshals. Yeah, and it looks like
that's actually a really smart play. I like that one too.
Yeah. And I almost want to fire off one of the desert marshals here just to go ahead and tag that Seraph. Yeah. All right. I think that's what we're going to see. Yes, we are. Yeah. That way, no crazy shenanigans with Seraph activation next turn. VSarius is going to scoop it up on that one. Congratulations to Tobboo.
I'm not a big fan of the aggressive use of the crystallize there. I think that there is maybe an opportunity to get a little bit more usage out of that for VSarius. No, VSarius did flood out, there at the end, and really noticed that. But still, maybe it was possible to fight back differently, and maybe things could have turned.
It felt a turn. I don't think it was super aggressive, but it felt a turn to 2 early. Like I think you were doing it sometime in the next turn or 2, just maybe not that particular turn, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But then if you wait, let's see. So if you wait, it doesn't really get that much better though, because that Kothon is kind of really throwing a wrench in the plan, because that's still not going to be able to. And then then Tobboo's just playing the obelisks at that point. Kothon's getting bigger. I think Tobboo was in a decent spot no matter what there.
Game 2 now. Both the players, I think, had cyber plans made up for this already. Something, this isn't the first time they've seen this matchup. VSarius has actually a very good start here. Curve initiative sands into Seraph, into maybe Orc Runehammer, pick off that Awakened student.
Yeah.
And Tobboo's has a functional hand, but I'm worried that the power is going to work out to be a little bit funky.
Yeah, I definitely would like to see the Runehammer. Yeah, we are going to see the Runehammer taking out this Awakened student. So let's see, Tobboo going to be able to play. Tobboo is going to be able to fire back with his own hammer, clear out. So let's see. So Tobboo plays a hammer, clears out the Seraph, attacks with the Amber Acolyte, forcing VSarius to choose between the weapon and the initiate. I have to imagine the weapon goes down in that series of events, because then you get to crack back, kill his hammer, and then you still get to play your Sandstorm Titan.
Makes sense to me. I think that it's definitely the initiate is going to be important, especially given the fact that VSarius does not have a ton of power. In him, like, he has a Amber Acolyte, but he would much rather be playing a Titan next turn than the Amber
Exactly.
Acolyte.
Yeah.
Have the Vanquish in hand to punish that, but still, I think that it's the right play. Tobboo, though, really thinking through his options to see if he's got another line to do. Maybe he's just kind of like processing the same sort of logic that I do of like what is the probability that the initiative sands blocks. But I think that you just have to go for it, because otherwise there's no other way to punch through the Seraph.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if I'm Tobboo though, like, I'm fine. Like, I think I'm fine with the initiate blocking. I'm fine with the weapon getting like taken care of, because either way I'm losing my weapon next turn. Okay, yeah, and now, actually, if I'm VSarius, I think I just throw away that weapon and then just slam a Titan and say, yo, lo.
I mean, he does have the option now of, so he's taking the initiative sand block, so now he has the possibility of doing the Amber Acolyte into the initiative. This is fine, too. I think that I prefer the other line, though, just so that you develop that Sandstorm Titan. The hammer isn't, like, amazing in this matchup. It's fine.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of units that are outside of the range of that, and I would kind of be concerned if my opponent's dropping a Titan here or something like that.
Yeah, and like you said, the line that VSarius did take does play around the Vanquish that Tobboo had in hand. Actually, Tobboo, I guess, has another Vanquish as well. But But as we see come down and go ahead and take care of that Sandstorm Titan. So the question is here, are we going to see a Obelisk come in from VSarius, or are we just going to see the Sandstorm Titan and Kothon? I have to imagine the latter.
I just like getting units on board right now.
Yeah.
Because this particular line here seems to try to be punishing your opponent of not blocking there, and because you're trying to get them to hope to get past and clear out the weapon. But this will allow Tobboo to fire off Vanquish, attack in with this Seraph if that's what he chooses. Also, silences the Kothon. Very useful to do on 6 power, of course, as well. I would like to mention that I particularly do not like the pre-combat silence. I don't think that it changes things too much, but that's the sort of information that I would rather hold.
Yeah, which I think is completely fair. So we're 1 point off from the Xenon Obelisk being turned, or 1 power off for VSarius for the Obelisk to be turned on in its full might and glory, but that might be... Yeah, this is an interesting board state right now. So Tobboo is going to be able to crack in for 4 for the next couple of turns, but Tobboo can't actually attack with the Knight Chancellor, as it just it'll just end up eating a unit, and that's about it. Ooh,
important for keeping the Tobboo off of Seraph power.
Yeah,
if he wants to get really aggressive, he could take them into the Valkyrie Enforcer, but that seems really ambitious right now, especially when the VSarius is just 1 power away.
Yeah,
from the fully powered Obelisk himself.
Yeah, to get the fully powered Obelisk and then also the Seraph activation. Oh, okay. Instead, we're just going to play another Obelisk. Whoever gets this 8th power is going to be sitting pretty, especially after VSarius gets the Seraph. This is shaping up to be pretty interesting. What do we got?
Wars.
Ooh. Obelisk hurting. Oh, and there's the 8th power. So we're still going to be able to turn that on. So now the Valkyrie Enforcer on VSarius' side is going to be a 6/6 here, or excuse me, a 5/5. Nope, I'm a liar. So now they can at least trade. However,
as a Tobboo, right? Because it's something that it sets up next turn for a big alpha swing that you're just kind of a little bit too low. But Tobboo that still has a lot of draws here that get him way ahead or way up front. Seek power, not one of them though.
No, but this does give him a massive Seraph.
Don't get me wrong, better than nothing. But definitely, I think any player who hits that's a pretty big haymaker in this position.
This is wow. That Kothon kind of just swung the game there.
Actually, when you have 2 obelisks in play, anything's a haymaker at this point, right? Like any unit practically seems like an Awakened student becomes a 6/6. So this is really definitely clutch there. Now VSarius seeing if he can line up an attack that tricks Tobboo into making himself vulnerable to the Auric Runehammer. But I think that one of the challenges here is that there's no way for you to eliminate both of the flyers. No way for the Runehammer to survive. So right now, VSarius is going to be trading his Runehammer and his Amber Acolyte for that Seraph. I just don't feel like that's the sort of trades that are going to get him ahead in the long run.
I think it's fine, right? Because VSarius, I don't think we've seen any Vanquishes come out of VSarius yet. So there presumably 4 Vanquishes kind of floating around on top of the deck. Yeah, he attacks out. VSarius is not going to die here. This allows you to crack back in earnest as well, especially if a power comes off the top and you can crack in with this initiate. Then they're going to take 7. Yeah, no, that doesn't seem great. All right, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I think that it's the only sort of trade that you can generate. Like it's what you can do with the card. This is part of the reason I'm not crazy about the Auric Runehammer post board. I mean, I think that I understand where it's coming from, but in these stages of the game, it just does nothing.
Yeah, it's a lot rougher than you would hope. I do not like playing that Sandstorm Titan there. Like
the conservative line of jam with Kothon for 6, then play the then not play the Titan makes sense to me. Hold the 88 back. I think that was definitely, I understand though why things ended up the way that they did, and why VSarius decides to pack it up there. So were we? That's 2-0 then for Tobboo, correct?
I was just about to ask you that. That was a
both decks are on the same day. Both players for the same deck. It's hard to remember who won game one. Hopefully our producers will let us know.
Yeah, Tobboo is 2-0. Go ahead and took that sweep that match. Swapped the leg. The leg has been swapped. I don't know. Karate Kid.
Yeah, exactly. Karate Kid. Some other updates from other places in the bracket. So we have pull up the most recent match results. This apparently has beaten his opponent. So he is just moved right up a little bit ahead, but I think that also Hythar beat his opponent as well. So gonna get a really big scrum there at the end with maybe Conf, the Battletoad, being the 13th place on tiebreakers, which has got to feel pretty rough.
Yeah, this is. It seems like we've just got a big, just a big old jumble sitting with some of these records. Yeah.
This is what can happen with this kind of a tournament where there's just a lot of clustering in the middle because, a little bit of sort of like a rock, paper, scissors effect of, so-and-so beats, person A beats person B beats C, and C beats A. So as a result of that, everybody's, records and cluster in the middle there. Definitely got some great performances, though, over the course of the weekend. Sure. Sunnyvale, 11-4, locked for the top four. 2 wins over the competition from Unearthly and Serino to see if their tiebreakers are going to work out so that they're able to bump out either Tobboo or VSarius. It seems like Tobboo's tiebreakers are better than VSarius's, so as a result, he's going to be a little bit more safe than VSarius, but things can still happen. Have all the way down to Ilya K as the other 8 and 6, but probably he's going to be in the that middle scrum here. But the what we all have our eyes on here is just the way that the tiebreakers are going to work out at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So I don't believe we have, or do we have a backup match? Are we?
Word from our producers, but we can keep on chatting about how things performed over the weekend. Just went definitely the narrative of the TJP deck being really split. We really felt that, I think, where we have the 2 at the bottom and then 2 looking to be in the top 4. Like that's quite a dramatic range of performance there that I'm sure you would want to be on the top half of if you had the choice.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that kind of proves the point about the deck, right? It's those results, at least, I don't know, seem to point to the inconsistency. Granted, the sample size is a little small, but I don't know. I can't get behind
surprised that it worked out that way, right? Like it's what are the odds that it works out that all of the losses go to one side and all of the wins go to the other? But I do have an update with the bracket with the results coming in. So Lights Out A's is in 12th, 15th right now on tiebreakers. I think that the only way that they can change is if Toth loses. That match result is still outstanding. He's battling against Ilya. And I don't know how that match is still going, given the fact that Ilya is on such an aggressive deck. Probably that bodes well for Hythar, I suppose. But we'll wait before we get results there. Still, although actually, I guess there's still another match going on with Love Up and Kamado. I don't know which ones are actually playing each other, but those are the sort of 4 players that are still outstanding.
Yeah, still my favorite. I think my favorite deck from the tournament so far is probably Sunnyvale's. Like I've been looking for I've been looking for like an updated Burn Queen list. And I really feel like Sunnyvale's is about as close as you're going to get. Like I feel it's got that nice aggressive start, but then doesn't. You could still finish off. You're not SOL if Lightning Storm comes out.
Result right now that Ilya K loses to Toth, so that puts both of them at 8-7, right in the middle of the scrum.
Oh, wow.
So although we still have some one final match remaining, that'll determine, I think, the actually 2 matches remaining will determine the top 4. We'll have to wait for Sir Rhino's result. That we see the bottom 4 though has been solidified. We have Kampfkrot, Loco Pojo, and Love Up, and Moosh. And in those bottom 4 positions. So they're going to have to battle it up this afternoon. Be sure to stick around for that single elimination action for where Mark and Beardris will be commentating that out.
Yeah, we're losing you. Are you got any? You got fun plans, or just I have to go do things plans?
To go work on writing my comprehensive proposal, which is all PhD type stuff. Basically, I have to spend time staring at a Word document and making edits. It's really exciting stuff, as you can tell. Sounds like the gripping sort of action that I would leave the Eternal Booth for.
Yeah,
but that I have to be doing.
So, or I'll throw this out there. You could. Just write a bunch of gibberish, and just say good enough. That's how grad school works, right?
That's my talent, really, of like giving very convincing gibberish, and people just kind of like stare at you and being like, "Yeah, no, that sounds like a real thing."
But don't tell me that. I'm gonna now start questioning like peer reviewed journals, and then so like, oh come on, no.
This is all I do with my life. My job between both my hobby and my work is to just say things and sound like I know what I'm talking about. Do you think I have any idea about deck related stuff, man? I just say it with confidence, and I say it a lot, and people are like, I guess Neon knows what he's talking about. Yeah. That's how I got this far in my life, man.
It's okay. Have you ever talked to me about this game? Yeah, no, I understand. I completely understand. Oh man. So yeah, I can't imagine let's see. All right, so top 4 is locked, it seems like. Let's do a little refresher. Yeah.
Okay, so the top 4: Kamado, Sunnyvale, Tobboo, VSarius is what it looks like.
Ooh. That's a good top 4.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. So we have clean breaks all the way down where our top 4 is locked of those 4 players. Then we have our middle section is going to be Sir Rhino, Child Roland, Angry Chicken, Toth, Ilya K, Unearthly, Hydar, and Lights Out Ace. They're all going to be playing next Saturday. Make sure to catch that for the next round robin. But we have one more slot for that next Saturday tournament that is going to be determined this afternoon with the bottom 4 battling it out of Kampfkrot, Loco Pojo, Love Up, and Moosh. So be sure to tune in for that. We're going to go to break right now. Thank you so much for joining us for your Sunday. I've been having a blast. I'll have to step out of the booth, but thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I'm gonna miss you. I don't know about anybody else, but I can't speak for them. But it's been fun, Neon. Hopefully, we'll get to do this again. Yeah. Great tournament. I think that the decks are great. I think that the play has been great, and I think that you've been great. Okay. You keep it, keep it PG-13. Okay. Bye, guys. We'll see you guys in a bit.